This family lost everything in a tragic fire, and now their house has become a hazard for the neighborhood. The fire destroyed an unpermitted addition to the home, and because of that, it left them without insurance to cover the damages. Since then, this overgrown property has become a magnet for crime, and the police have been called out several times. Now, we can't have that here, so let's go ahead and get the yard cleaned up. We got a pretty big job today, and I'm gonna be honest, it is freezing out here. Now, don't worry, a little cold's not gonna hold us back. I've got several layers on, and my wife even made me a hat. I want to go ahead and apologize for some of the wind noise that you're going to hear. The first day that we were on the job, it was pretty windy, but don't you worry, it gets a whole lot better on day 2 and 3. I'm about to go take a break to go sit in the truck just so that way I can warm up for a little bit. But before I do, I wanted to show you something that I think is kind of interesting. This is actually the time of year that the tumbleweeds all start to die off. Now these that are over here are still alive. This one's actually already dead. And so when you get to the point that they're like this, you can actually just break them away real easy. Like I can take one hand and pick it up. Before we go ahead and dive into the rest of the work, I gotta show you this. I'm pretty sure this used to be a driveway because it is just completely packed with rocks. Last thing I wanna do is risk putting out a window, so we're gonna go ahead and just spray this at the end. My friend, I got a favor to ask. If you enjoy watching us transform these overgrown properties and make them into something safe and beautiful, would you go ahead and help me out and hit that subscribe button? Besides watching all the way to the end, it is the next best thing you can do to help support the work that we're doing here. Obviously, we're not done yet, but because the sun is starting to set, we're gonna need to call it a day. This is gonna kind of help me out a little bit just because I need to figure out a game plan on what to do with these flower beds. And then obviously we still have the side of the house, and the backyard I think is even worse. Take a look. I mean, this is just a sneak peek of the patio on the back. This must have happened when I was driving up here, but I just found out that my leaf blower's tube has a huge crack in it. I mean, as you can see, like all the air's just gonna come out that way. Honestly, I don't have the money to go and buy a new one right now, and so don't judge me here, but I'm a dad of daughters. I'm gonna fix it with some hot pink duct tape. I wouldn't say it's good as new, but that'll work. I guess somebody really liked the pink duct tape that was on the leaf blower, because a few days after we ended up filming this, somebody picked the lock on my trailer and stole the leaf blower. So unfortunately, right now, I do not have one. The front part of the house is pretty much done, so we're gonna go ahead and focus on this side next. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and finish up over here and head into the back. I just wanted to go ahead and let you know that this open lot that's right here, it's actually owned by the city, and so today we're just gonna go to the property line. We still have to hit the backyard, and this is already taking a whole lot longer than I expected. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit tired because I haven't had a day off in a few weeks, and so I'm about to go home and spend the rest of the day with my family. I am gonna go ahead and show you how the whole entire front looks because I feel like we are at a good stopping point, but don't you worry, we will get the backyard by the end of the video. Now that we're in the back, I'm gonna go ahead and mow first just so that way I can get the mower back on the trailer and not need it anymore, because as soon as we're done with that, we've got all of this that needs to get cleaned up. So I know they say curiosity killed the cat, but honestly, there's a door that's open, so I kind of want to go take a look. We've got a pile of branches and scrap metal just tossed off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up, but luckily it's the winter, so I don't think I have to worry about any snakes being in there, right? I'm gonna go ahead and skip over most of this where we're gonna load the debris and the wood on the trailer, just because it actually took us over 2 hours to get it all over there. I really need a better system on how to do this, and so if you have any suggestions, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave it in the comments. We're about to go ahead and pick up all the trees and stuff that I tossed to the side to go load them up. But before I do that, I want to show you something that I found while I was over there. So we definitely need to get the trash and stuff that's on here, but you can see that this pergola is leaning. And unfortunately, these trees that are right here and the one in the corner over there, they're actually the only thing holding this thing up. Now, I don't want to take the pergola down, so we're going to go ahead and leave all that stuff and we'll just get this cleaned up the best we can. I'm gonna be completely honest, I was a little bit nervous being on this patio when I realized how bad the pergola was leaning, so we're not gonna use the shovel here to get it perfect. The dirt's pretty dry, and so the dust is just blowing away, and so I'm gonna say the leaf blower is good enough just for safety reasons. It's always the kids' toys that get me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here because it's not hurting anything and it really does make it feel more like somebody's home. It's also a good reminder that somebody really did lose everything in this house fire.